France, our sport cameras turned up for the England versus France Rugby International at Bordeaux. Mud and rain turned up too, just to make the English 13 feel at home. Playing under rugby league rules, the French side lacked the pace and weight of the visitors. The scoring was low, mainly due to poor finishing by England. The stars of the game were Bradshaw of Wigan, Horn of Barrow, Stott of St Helens, and Frenchman Aubert of the Carcassonne Club. England's scorer was Skipper Ward of Bradford North. Here's his try. Ward failed with a kick, but his 3 points were enough to give England a 3-0 win.
In addition to the festival organized by the Daily Herald on behalf of the Musicians' Benevolent Fund, there was a commemoration service at St Sepulchre's Church, Holborn, attended by the Lord Mayor of London and mayors of London Borough. Held in honor of St Cecilia, patron saint of music, it included anthems by great English composers. The choir was drawn from St Paul's, Westminster Abbey, Canterbury, and Southwark. Window in this church is dedicated to the memory of Sir Henry Wood, who did so much during his lifetime to encourage the love of good music.
Over in Australia, it's showtime again. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester arrived for the first Brisbane exhibition since 1941. Not far away, also in Brisbane, the echoes of Bradman's thumping first Test victory added to Australian gaiety. £10,000 in prize money kept things moving. One of the day's high spots was the meet-up of the champion axemen. Handymen about the house, if we had a house. 35,000 people saw the show's opening, and they all crowded round to watch the falls in the jumping contests. After a 5-year break, Australians haven't forgotten how to run a royal show. A specially welcome Christmas gift from the Dominions brought old age pensioners from Holborn to their town hall. The food parcels from Australia and South Africa, they were distributed by Holborn's Lady Mayoress and by Mr. Norman Martin, Agent General for Victoria. In the parcels are tinned fruit and meats, and they go to the people who need them most.
Just in case you're not cold enough, here's how members of the Amsterdam police amuse themselves when they're off duty. Low temperatures don't seem to mean a thing, and what's more, they seem to revel in a very good imitation of a rough sea. Well, if that water's as cold as it looks, we think the Amsterdam police are just wonderful. In British Columbia's coastal waters, the herring fleets equipped with wartime devices head for a record catch. The echo sounder, used for hunting U-boats, now shows in the shaded portion the location and size of the shoal of fish. And here comes proof of how right the forecast was as the nets are hauled in with their silver loads of herring. The total catch amounted to 40,000 tons, and with each swing of the derrick, 2 tons are dropped into the hold. A vital contribution to food relief in Europe from the Canadian harvest of the sea. With only 2 out of 3 landing wheels lowered and ground staff preparing for a nasty crash, an American Army fortress comes into land at a U.S. airfield. It looks bad, but with outstanding skill, the pilot sets the bomber down on 2 wheels. The wing drops, the plane swings round as the propellers bite the dust, and that's just about all the harm does. Breakdown crews rush to the spot to prepare for an outbreak of fire, but all's well, thanks to the skill of Colonel Cullen, the pilot, who literally came in on a wing and a prayer.
In Paris, our cameraman put in a spell among the animals. The show is the famous Winter Circus, now all ready for opening day. Getting their first introduction to the spotlight are the show's latest recruits, lion cubs Marco and Pigalle. A dog stands in for the nursemaid while Father Lion and the missus take a look at the new cycling act. Later on, everyone in the Big Top family turned up for Marco and Pigalle's christening ceremony. For 2 cubs, a full bottle of champagne. Everything went off well, except for a little difference of opinion among the midgets. Now meet Audrey Lee, 16-year-old Tasmanian schoolgirl and proud owner of a private zoo. In her garden, animals and birds of all descriptions have staked out squatters' claims. Here's Miss Mole, the tame wombat. A born naturalist, Audrey runs her own hospital, and she's especially proud of her collection of owls. In this zoo, the eyes have it.
Latest addition to the Cunard White Star fleet, the liner Media begins her seagoing life at Clydebank. The launching ceremony was carried out by Mrs. Alfred Barnes, wife of the Minister of Transport. The bottle is broken, and away goes the newly christened ship, loudly cheered as she glides down to the misty river. Largest ship to be launched in Scotland this year, the Media takes with her the good wishes of the shipbuilding army of the Clyde.
Sydney, Australia, where England was soon up against it in the second test match. For the first defeat, we could blame the weather. In this game, there were no alibis. On this showing, England just weren't good enough. Hutton tried hardest, till a knock on the shoulder from Miller's bowling put him off his form. England's first innings petered out with only 255 on the scoreboard. Main reason for that was Aussie wicketkeeper Talon, best man behind the sticks in present-day cricket. With his peculiar spider crouch, he caught everything that looked like a catch, and a good many that didn't. Now for the procession of pavilion-bound batsmen. Here's Washbrook, bowled Freer for 1. Johnson to Hutton, and a catch by Talon behind the wicket. Edrich knocked up a grand 71 until McCool got him LBW. Yardley went next, LBW Beau Johnson. And the final blow of all, skipper Wally Hammond was out for one. Callan caught him too, making a total of 4 catches for the innings. In reply, Barnes and Bradman made 234 each. All England got was another test shake-up.